Welcome back to the 34th Annual Men's and Mixed Netball Championships, coming to you live from the Janaya Centre in Sydney Olympic Park in Sydney, ironically. I'm joined in commentary by Abby McCulloch, whom we had yesterday. My name is Dave Mills for AMNA Live TV. Abby, we've got a mixed reserves game, 4 versus 5 elimination game. Have you seen much of the mixed competition?
I haven't actually. I had the privilege of watching a couple of men's games yesterday and haven't seen the girls mix in with the boys yet, so I'm excited to see how much better they are.
You're absolutely in for a treat. This is the reserves division. We have an open division. This is the reserve division. They have a final 8 system, and 4v5 is this game here. The winner goes on. The loser is on the Pepsis tonight.
Right.
So we have a Queensland team. I'll go through the Queensland team for you. Shooter is Joel Wise. Goal attack is Angela Brose. Wing attack is Jade Christensen. Cameron Lee is the centre. Wing defence, Kate Talesio. George Elliott is the GD, and Andrew Sennell, I hope I've pronounced that right, is the goalkeeper. For WA, Andrew Millen is the shooter, Hannah Irving is the goal attack, Emily Fuller the wing attack, Connor Rawlings the centre, Where Davey is the wing defence. The goalkeeper is Karishma Nash, and the goal defence is James King. So Queensland appear to have won the toss. They'll be having the first centre pass. And we'll be going to the right of the screen. Abby, I always ask for a prediction, even though you have seen none of this division.
Well, my first question was going to be, how'd they go when they met up against each other earlier in the week?
Well, Queensland took care of WA. I won't tell you the score, so that might skewer your prediction, and I don't want to do that.
Well, being a Sydney sider, I probably need to go with the East Coast team. Anyway,
Queenslanders.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Queensland.
Oh, there you go.
If it was Queensland, New South, obviously New South would have been my choice, but...
I have 3 words for you there, Abby. State of origin.
So, yeah, I know.
Just saying. Christensen, first touch, drops. Not a good start for her. And WA have a chance to convert this turnover straight away. The shot from Millen is good.
And not a bad start.
They make
especially
them
after
pay.
I've just picked Queensland to be the winners.
Kiss of death, McCulloch, they call her. So Georgia Elliott, Australian under-21 rep, grabs the ball, pushes it away. So that's for indoor, that is, not outdoor. My apologies for you people that just choked on your Weet-Bix. So, of course, it is morning. Ball. It is morning in WA, so hello to our people in WA. So 2-0 to the WA side. Rose leads out Christensen. Better second touch. She hung on to that one. So, struggling to find Joel Wise at present. Going back a lot. Hesitation on the feed.
Yeah, it's very good defence by WA. They're all over them at the moment.
Can they sustain that for 60 minutes?
It'll be hard. But in saying that, if the defence continues to wear them down, it's going to take its toll on the attacking line as well. So they'll both be in the same boat.
Spoken like a true defender. Abby McCulloch from the Swifts.
I'll always pick the defenders over the attackers every day of the week. Especially wing defenders. I'll keep a special eye on 2 wing defenders out there today.
Kate Talesio and Where Davey. So, vision from Millman. The base being driven by Hannah Irving. Great pass. Misses a shot, unfortunately. That deserved a goal. Rose, Cameron Lee, the small man of the Australian side, the Queensland side. Oh, we're back. So
Oh.
turnover.
Foot on the line, I think.
I think it was a shoelace.
Oh.
Pesky little shoelace.
That is an annoying rule, that one, but got to follow it.
Playing a bit of a zone, the Queenslanders. Not a good one, but a bit of a zone nonetheless. Millen looking superb.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got really great vision into the circle at the moment, which is completely different to what Queensland's got going on at the moment. They're really hesitating with their feed, whereas I think they need to just pop it in.
Yes, exactly. Joel Wise, quite a tall player. And there it goes, on
there we
cue.
go, that's the one.
And he stepped. Maybe that's why they're not. So
it's a great start by WA.
They seem to have a bit more intensity than the Queenslanders at present. Costly turnover there. Georgia Elliott throws it in. Weak pass back. Straight drive, Christensen, well done. Out to Brose.
It's a great drive to the pocket.
It's too slow on the release though, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that seems to be the problem for Queensland at the moment. They just need to see it and let it go instead of hanging on to that for that second too long.
So, poor hands by Wise. Should have grabbed that. I think the Queensland side's showing a lot of nerves, but in hindsight, they're only down by 2, 3-1. We've played 3.5. Looking long. Millen, they're just waiting for him to move. He moves. Oh, the old shake and bake.
Yeah, don't mind a bit of a baseline dodge. It's a hard one to defend, that's for sure.
Shake and bake by Millen. So Queensland with the rebound. The shots quality's gone off, but the movement is good.
Yeah, they really should be up by a few more goals here with the amount of ball that they've managed to turn over and get into their circle, but the shooting percentage seems to be down at the moment, so they'll really be looking to pick that up, I think, as the game goes on.
So you feel WA hasn't taken their opportunities?
No, definitely not. Big collision. Throwing their body on the line. That's great.
Rose gets up. Passes off to Wise and got the hold. Cameron Lee, defying his size, gets up high and grabs the block. Big man comes out.
There he goes again.
Cameron Lee again. Obviously done some Pilates in the off-season because he's definitely getting up high.
Yeah, he's only little, but he's been very effective on the hands over in that last passage.
He heard I was doing the commentary. He said, whatever you do, don't mention my height.
Oh, sorry.
So we've done it twice. So we'll leave him go. We'll call him the little man of Queensland netball.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being short.
Absolutely. So
he can jump, that's for sure. He just got up in the air again.
So no team really grabbing the opportunities at the moment. Millen makes
a better
sure
shot.
the shot. Adam Millen, WA 4, Queensland 2. And we've played just on 6 minutes.
Oh, a bit too much pepper on that one. Over the baseline. They really need to start connecting with their shoot a little bit better. He's nice and tall.
So last night, Queensland mixed played the WA side, and Queensland, as I said, dominated 58 to 30, a margin of 28.
Jeez.
Used the entire bench. Maybe the positions were already determined, so we don't know if WA is playing Ducks and Drakes. They might not have played their full side. So,
I was going to say, you wouldn't have thought that by the game we're seeing today so far. But again, it's a long game. We're only just started.
It is. Nice drive there by Elliott. Nice drive by Kate Talicio. Can they find Wise? Oh, another shake and make. Hesitation on the feet again.
Just need to let it go.
So you obviously play a ridiculously high level of netball. Is that what you're encouraged to do? Just let the ball go?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, we've got a new coach this year, Bryony. She's a very good caliber player in her own right. Played for the Swiss back in the day, and she's been really encouraging us just to see the space and let the ball go, and our players should then get to it, because at the end of the day, we're the ones with the ball. We can see where the space is. We need to put our players where we want them. So hopefully that's the brand of netball you'll see from the Swiss this year.
Ah, you predicting a championship?
Yes, definitely.
You haven't heard of those Queensland Firebirds?
I've heard of the Queensland Firebirds.
Does that team on the Sunshine Coast do all right too?
Yeah, I heard about them as well.
A couple of Queenslanders, just saying.
We've already beaten the Lightning once in pre-season matches.
Oh, please, pre-season schmeezing. So, my men's team beat the Firebirds once too, but we don't talk about that. It's just, pre-season schmeezing. Well, that was the year they won it. So,
no, of course.
So we got them in form, we reckon. So.
Well, they probably beat us then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it might have been
still a sore spot.
Might have been that one where they got it right at the buzzer. So.
Yeah, the one that we should have won.
Yeah.
Because we were winning by the whole game.
Yeah.
That's netball, that's sport actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to play all the way to the last whistle. You never know what's going to happen. So.
Ironically, I work at Boondall. I work at the entertainment centre where that game was, and I was about 3 feet away from your goal defender who's now a Magpie. We won't mention the name, but it was Shani. And yeah, and she was devastated with that. And I've never felt for a player so much as I felt for Shani. Like, it's almost like I felt she was blaming herself, which she had no reason to. But it was just one of those games.
Yeah, you can't pinpoint one particular point in a game. Like, there's so many mistakes that happen in a game because there's so many decisions that need to be made.
Absolutely.
So,
but an amazing advertisement for women's netball. That was one of the best game I've ever seen.
Look, I don't want to toot the Swifts' horn and the Firebirds' horn, but I think those 2 grand finals we saw over the last few years were some of the best games in netball that have ever been played. I
was lucky enough to be at both and got paid to be there, so it was fantastic.
We don't like playing up there.
So, come to the entertainment centre. We love to have you. So we digress a little bit here, but the margin is now just 1. We've played nearly 9 minutes and we've had 7 goals. So it's neither team grabbing the ball by the horns at present, Abby. No, they're not, David.
Sorry, I missed the question. I'm just too engrossed in the game.
Oh, absolutely. So the Queenslanders have a chance here to tie it up. Or no, sorry, get it back to 1. But they choose not to.
That's a great outside arm.
Spoken like a true defender again.
Love it.
So Rose had a chance to grab it. She was there. Read it like a book. So bit of a shove there.
That was lucky considering we've just thrown the ball over the sideline.
We've jumped on the Western Australians.
Oh look, we've got a couple of
Westies in your team?
Well, we got 1 in our team. We've got no Queenslanders actually, so maybe I should have picked the WA team from the get-go.
They're all up north enjoying the nice weather. So actually, that's a lie. It's raining.
I know.
For the Com Games. So that's why everyone's watching us. Com Games is rubbish at the moment. They're all on board. 22,000 views last night for a game.
That's
best
pretty
ever.
Impressive.
That's the Julie Fitz factor. I hope Julie's watching. So come back, Julie.
She's probably coaching at the moment.
Bugger.
It's a great take.
Nice take there by Millen.
And I think that's the difference between the 2 teams at the moment. WA seem to be letting the ball go into their shoots and trusting that they're going to pull it in, whereas Queensland are hanging on to it a bit too long.
Yeah. A couple of times they have thrown it into Joel Wise. He's dropped it. So
that's right. So
that's created the hesitation.
Could well.
Yeah.
I just got to keep at it. Good contest.
Again, though, it was a weak pass, wasn't it? Like
it
just sat there.
A bit too floaty.
Yeah. So. Ooh. That could have been ugly. Wise again, fumbles.
He needs to regather that one, though.
Oh, and throws up a brick.
Oh. I thought that was a fair contest.
Not saying he dived, did you? So Queensland get their 4th. It's taken 11 minutes. Not an ideal output from them, but WA have only scored 7, so they're hanging in there. This is a repeat, a 4v5 game. Loser is on the Pepsis. The winner goes on to like a Final 4 format after this. So Millman there.
There's a lot on the line, isn't there?
Absolutely, because it's only Thursday, and you don't want to be on the Pepsis this
contest.
early in the week.
Oh, that deserves a clap. I love that.
Abby McCulloch on her feet, thinks that was superb.
I love it when a goal defence or wing defence feeds the ball to the shooter. Put that down in the stats, goal assist.
How could you not? That's touched WA last. Been missed by the umpire, I feel.
Oh,
yes, he has.
Well, WA is the one that chased the ball down. It looked like they didn't come off them. So
it's all right, isn't it? If you chase the ball down, you're okay.
Well, the umpires, there's a lot for the umpires to see out there, and I've got a lot of respect for umpires, but sometimes they miss it. So
hey, that's like ball tampering.
Oh, come on.
So, ironically, Cameron Bancroft is from Western Australia. So Queensland with the centre, 10-4 at present. They're in a bit of diabolicals. Jade Christensen, it's just nothing happening for the Queenslanders right now. WA could really run away with a lead here just before the break.
Yeah, they seem to have lost all connect.
Obstruction and Millen, he's found his range. A couple of streaky shots early on, but he's good now.
Pre-game nerves.
So,
like we said, it's an important game, so.
It is.
Oh, good quick hands.
Absolutely. Millen's starting to dominate in there, and on cue misses a shot for me.
Oh, lucky.
And there's the shot. Margin is 8, biggest lead of the game, as you'd expect in the first quarter, but Queensland with all to do. So, yes, that's that connection you're talking about. Appears to be like, it's like they haven't played together before.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. And I think that's testament to the pressure that WA is putting on at the moment.
Let's not forget, WA played these guys last night, lost by 28. So they're currently up by 8. Make that 9. So
yeah, that's a big turnaround overnight, isn't it?
it is overnight.
So,
it's less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
They finished at about 8:30 last night.
Maybe they were just resting their players.
Oh, that was unlucky. I thought he got his body back in court, but we are a distance away. Cameron Lee, Georgia Elliott, and that's time.
That's a great quarter by WA.
Actually, it's not time. It's
We've lost a
shoelace
shoe.
time. We've blown a fetlock. So
That's one way to get a breather.
have to call for the farrier. So now I don't know the rule here. Does she have to go off?
I don't think so because it was an umpire's time.
So the umpire can do that?
Yeah, I think unless it's blood.
Yep.
If the umpire calls time, then.
Teammate giving her a hand.
Yeah.
Probably do the lace for her. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And that's that teamwork that we're seeing from WA that I don't think we're quite seeing from.
Didn't finish it though. Just did the old crossover. Didn't do the bows. Didn't do the bunny ears. So
Can't do everything.
Queensland need to kick their shoes off and get going here because they're in a bit of diabolicals. Down by 9 coming into the quarter time break. Joel Wise needs to get a bit more confident and he's refeeding the ball and instruction surely not seen by the umpire. That's 5 for Queensland. They're scoring 1 every 3 minutes and that won't win you many games.
No, not at this rate.
So there's just nothing happening for Queensland. They're going back more than they're going forward. So Cam Lee,
he's seen it.
You'd have to be Superman to get that. So,
He can jump, but just not that high.
So we put you on this game because we thought it'd be close, but it's a bit of a blowout at present. So
Oh, that was good read.
unfortunately, he's hit the hands.
Just a bit too late on that one. I do enjoy it when a goalkeeper comes out of the circle as well. Let's get the ball early so defenders don't even have to do the job, though. That'd be even better.
No worries. So you're a big fan of Fast 5 then?
Nah,
Drop a few players.
I'm not actually.
Not a Fast 5
No, because
player?
they drop my position. So
Oh, the wings go, of course.
Not into that.
So
No, but I am into an attacking line that defend.
right. So you would like to see the Queenslanders come down and help out?
I think they really need to help out a bit more. I think there's just too much space. There we go.
There
That's
we
not
go. There's
bad.
the turnover.
He got that one nice and cleanly.
Unfortunately, the Queensland WNG are too far down. There's no one to throw to. They have to go back and reset. And that gives WA time to do their compressed zone again.
Just overcooking the passes a little bit at the moment. You can see the frustration.
You can see it on my face.
Yeah.
I'm a Queenslander through and through.
I should have gone from WA then. We've already got one going for
It's all good.
Queensland.
I still think Queensland will win by 27. But, yeah.
Well, they've got a lot of work to do in the next 3 quarters.
It's all good. So that brings conclusion to the first quarter in this open mixed reserves division. 4v5 elimination game. Joel Wise, the captain, trying to get his players together. That was a devastating quarter for Queensland. Only scored 5. WA came out of the box quickly, scored 14. Abby, thoughts on the first quarter of what we just seen?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see them play yesterday against each other, but from what I can tell, it's a completely different WA team going on out there at the moment. They just look a lot more connected. They're feeding off each other. There's multiple options, whereas Queensland are very stagnant. There's no one to pass to, so when they do let the ball go, they're letting it go too long because there's just no options. So
what can the Queenslanders do?
I think they need to make some changes, to be honest, and I think they need to be putting a bit more pressure on through court because WA getting the ball down way too quick.
Okay then, well we'll see if Abby's predictions come true, whether there'll be changes at all to the Queensland side. At present, they are down by 9. We're going to commercial break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to the 34th Annual Men's and Mixed Netball Championships, coming to you live from the Janea Centre at Sydney Olympic Park in Sydney. My name's Dave Mills for Amna Live TV. I'm joined by Abby McCulloch, captain of the Sydney Swifts for 2018 and beyond, we hope. Abby, we're watching a game, Queensland reserves versus in mixed division versus the WA mixed division in reserves. Queensland had a 28-goal win last night, in trouble today, 14-5 down at quarter time. Yeah. Changes to the Queensland team. You predicted at the break before we went in. They've made mass changes. Cameron Lee's come off. Jonathan Jager's come on at centre. Kobe Hamilton's come on at shooter. And Monique Dubries is coming at goal attack. So they've basically changed 3 of the front 4.
Yeah, big changes. And I think adding a little bit of height to their midcourt is going to do them. And I know he didn't want us mentioning his height.
That's okay.
But I think WA quite a big team. So adding a bit of height is going to help them through the court. So we'll see how they go. They're going to need to do something special. In
Cameron Lee's defence, he's been getting some ridiculously rubbish ball. Like
he has.
7'2" players couldn't catch what he's been getting thrown to.
That is true. So they've been going way over the baseline. I don't think anyone would be able to catch those.
Absolutely. So we've had changes to Queensland. They've made 3. WA, as predicted, have made no changes, as you would when you're 9 goals up in one quarter. The crowd's going nuts. The Western Australian crowd, all 43 of them, and they're very excited to be here. Hello to our friends in the West. So Queensland with Jager out there. Looks like they've got a little bit more domination, a little bit more drive all of a sudden, doesn't it? So that was a really poor pass.
Yeah.
Like that was in the kill zone, like easy for defenders to just put their arm out like that.
Look,
so
I'm a big believer that shooters putting in a lot of extra work with practicing their shots so that they can shoot. So if you're in shooting range, put the damn thing up.
Ooh, see, we would clash if I was your coach.
Nah, put it up.
Why shoot from 4 metres when you can shoot from 1? That's my theory. So.
Nah. Look, I would much prefer a shooter to put the shot up and miss it than throw it around too much and throw it away. At least you got a chance of getting your own rebound if you do miss.
Queensland get the first in the second quarter. Boy, did they need it. They're now down by 8. They need a turnover quickly.
Well
they
done.
get it. So Andrew grabs the ball. They need to convert this. But the WA zone is working a treat at present. George Elliott with the ball. Jonathan Jager's come on at half-time. Seems to have fired the midcourt up a little bit. Monique Dubries outside, good work. Oh, they need to split or both be on the same side. Not there. So there's a coaching moment for Chris Newman, the first-time Queensland coach. So this is an important shot. It never looked like going in.
No, she looks a bit nervous. She has only just come onto the court though, so hopefully she'll settle into the game.
Is it true that you go with new players, 2 turnovers every time you get on? So we should be looking at 6 Queensland turnovers straight up? Do you believe in that theory?
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
I think you've trained enough together, like I'm assuming these teams have leading into the championship. They should be able to have seamless changes. One of the games I watched yesterday, there was just changes galore, and it just looks smooth as. So I think it just depends on how long a team's been together and the combinations that they've worked at training.
Expensive miss there by Queensland. That would have given them 2 in a row with their centre next. And now they're still in struggle street. They're 9 goals down, 15-6. We've played 2.5 in the second. So still struggling to find the shooters.
That's unlucky.
Through to a double team. He got absolutely cleaned up, and Abby thinks that's unlucky.
Yeah, front position. I think he got up to the ball.
He appears to have been destroyed, but...
No, well, I think he just landed poorly.
Landed poorly. Justification in the extreme.
Oh, I'll always go with the defender over the attacker, so...
15-7. WA still in control of this one. Queensland trying a, not sure what they're trying, a bit of a compressed zone and one-on-one at the same time. Probably need to pick one. Millen, who's been like a rock for the WA side.
Great shot. That was a great shot up over a big hole.
On cue, drains another one. Goes to 17-7. Sorry, 16-7, my apologies. Queensland slowly settling Abby.
Oh, they're looking much better this quarter, to be honest. They just look very congested up in this transverse line, leading into their attacking third in the first, and they've just seemed to have opened up a bit more space this quarter, and they're just finding the goal is a lot easier.
So is it one of those games where they're just going to have to, fight through this and try and hopefully get some pattern coming a bit later?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And based on
Georgia Elliott stepped, unfortunate.
Unlucky.
That was unlucky.
Yeah, that was a great contest of that front ball.
So you like Georgia Elliott as a wing defender? You're a wing defender extraordinaire?
Some days.
She's playing GD today, but probably
usually a
is a
wing
wing
defender?
defender. Yeah, so I think she's better suited there myself. So
Is that because of her height?
nothing to do with height. I've seen her play there many times. So, and she, as I say, she's an Australian indoor player at that position, so she's got some quality. I know indoor's not as good as outdoor, but just saying.
I didn't say it.
Oh, well, indoor's not as good as outdoor. That's from a guy that owns an indoor centre. So, if you're ever in Gold Coast, come to the Arundel Indoor Sports, pop in.
I think I played there. I played one indoor nationals one year when I was younger.
Yeah, nice work. You probably played at Parklands.
I can't remember. I was very young.
Well, we've only been built 6 months, so.
It was too hot for me. It's too hot in here.
This is a hot venue.
It's a very hot venue.
And the weather's been amazing since we got to Sydney. So normally at Queensland we bag weather.
Oh, well, when you get back up there, it'll probably be nice.
Well, let's hope so. Second week of the Com Games. So you'll be able to watch that when this coverage is finished, but not before. Look, Australia's dominating, no need to watch.
Yeah, we only want to watch the finals, don't we?
That's it. Nice shot there, Villain. So 18-9. Margin still 9. Queensland, even though they're playing better, not making any inroads into the score.
Not yet, but it'll come if they continue.
Confidence shown there by Abby McCulloch from the Swifts.
The thing with our game is that a 10-goal margin can be gone like that, unfortunately, and well, unfortunately for the team with the 10-goal margin, but
it's a silly game, isn't it? Because you are guaranteed 50% possession.
That's right, exactly right.
That's why all these statistics I see about possession and all that just amuse me, because you get the ball every second time.
Exactly right. So
yeah, you don't need to keep as many stats as we do. So
and we do keep a lot of stats.
Absolutely. So like goal assists is just. You know,
I don't mind goal assists when I get one.
When you throw from the mid-third in.
Doesn't happen often.
Every coach loves to see that. So
as long as it makes it.
So another goal there to the Western Australian side. Millen is the difference at present. Kobe couldn't pull that one in. Kobe Hamilton coming on at quarter time. They need to stop this. If WA get out to 10, it could be almost curtains, I'd say, at this stage, even though Abby doesn't think so.
It's a long game. It's a very long game.
60 minutes to be exact. So the shooters just don't seem to be flowing. Another missed shot.
Oh, God.
If you're missing the shot and not getting the board, it makes it difficult. So Jonathan J, unlucky there. I thought that was cleaned. Bit of a lull in play. WA set. Irving hasn't taken many.
That's a good
Should take more when you got Millen in there getting the boards.
I was going to say it's a great rebound.
Absolutely.
In between the two defenders and another one.
Just racking up the rebound stats. Doesn't mind a rebound, Millen. The margin's 10, 20-10. Queensland in diabolicals, Abby.
Yeah, they definitely are. Maybe your statistic about the turnovers after changes is correct, after all.
There we go. Wise words from the commentator, Dave. Elliott with the drive. Hands by Millen. Ball crashes into our equipment. Tim, our producer, goes wild. We're still on air? Yeah, we're still here. Some of you are going, oh, damn. If you're from Queensland, you don't want to be watching this. Christensen with the ball. They just cannot get that circle. Jago working hard. Baseline.
That's a great baseline drive. We've got to put this away, though.
And does not. The shots are not falling for Queensland at present.
No, and that's
they've already
definitely
placed their
difference.
shooters.
Yes, they have. So, both of them. That's right. That's a great intercept.
Magnificent. Georgia Elliott.
Just continue to run through the ball.
Christensen on the floor. Spends a lot of time on the floor, Jade Christensen. I don't know why. So, maybe she's not happy with the surface, but does spend an inordinate amount of time on the floor.
Oh, she jumped back up. That's right. As long as she's not hurt.
She's as tough as teak, but
there we go.
She's down there a lot. So Queensland, if they get it here, they get it back to 8. So it is just struggle street at the moment, trying to get it through that defence of WA, and eventually we throw it away. It looked like Monique Jabruz was going to do a baseline drive, then stopped on it. Jager had already released the ball thinking she was going to continue. So it's like this is the first time they've played together. So some of the mistakes we're seeing.
If you see where the ball was released from as well, it's right up on the transverse line. So it's a long ball. So it's credit to the WA defenders to keep them up away from that circle edge.
Cool.
Oh, I think that was a step.
And called.
Good call.
Umpire Stewie did not miss that.
He's a veteran umpire, Stu. I remember when I was playing State League before we rebranded to Premier League, he was one of the umpires.
Yeah?
That was a long time ago, so showing both of our ages.
Oh dear. I've had some, I suppose the word we'll use is discussions with Stu. And I've come off second on all of them. Apparently he doesn't like being spoken to while he's umpiring. So.
Oh, fair enough. It's a hard job. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They've got to see so much and make
Absolutely.
so many decisions. So much respect for them.
We were talking in the last game about the downward arc on the shot and stuff like that, and like
we're talking
millimeters. You know what I mean? And like we expect them to get it right every single time, and it is impossible. So Queensland, whilst they fought back a little bit, have dropped the margin back to 10. This is a chance for WA to go to 11, biggest lead of the game. So obstruction there from Jager.
Yeah, they just seem to be doing a lot of chasing in defence as well, whereas the WA team are up and about and taking up space and contesting ball. Queensland just seem to be allowing their players to take whatever space that they want.
Absolutely, and the Queensland bench is warming up, so whether he goes back to the original two shooters, giving him a quarter to settle, I'm not sure, but of course they're a little bit limited with troops. Keely did her foot, has actually broken a bone in the foot, so she's out, so it gives them a little bit of, she's been playing wing attack for them. So.
Well, that's tough when you lose there. She's on the ground again.
Christensen.
Both of them straight back up.
Saw a bit of fluff on the floor, decided to clean it. So.
Bit sweaty, she needs to
Yeah, here comes the towel. So it's the game uniforms, they're great for cleaning the floor. So Swifts don't use game clothing?
No, we
they really
don't.
Should.
We
they're
don't.
Very good, and they're sponsoring men's netball and Queensland netball. So
yeah, they do the Lightning's uniform
they do
too,
the Lightning's
I believe.
uniform.
Stephanie Wood, an ex-Swift, she works for Game.
A brand ambassador.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you a story about Stephanie Swift. Stephanie Wood, sorry. Wasn't in the Diamonds team. Came to Queensland men's training, coached by yours truly. 2 weeks later, she's a Diamond. Now, I'm not saying that we had anything to do with it, but let's be honest. And it was a ladder session. We did ladder work, so everyone says she's got great feet. So
she's a very clever player.
Absolutely.
Very,
so
very
We've
clever.
had raps on it because we've known her a little bit longer than most people,
absolutely.
and we've seen her develop and stuff. So big raps in Queensland on her.
Well, I remember playing against her at Nationals every second year when our age groups crossed over. So, although we always beat them.
Absolutely. So you guys do win the junior levels. It's just those national titles and
Yes.
ANZ championships we seem to win.
I know, we struggle with those.
Suncorp championships we seem to win.
I believe I played 6 Nationals and won all 6.
Oh, well done. Did you ever
I haven't won anything since.
Did you ever drop a game?
A couple of years we dropped a game or two.
Yeah,
but a couple of years we went through undefeated as well.
So to your era was, who would we know? Kim Green, your era? Or
no, a bit older, I'm not that old.
Yeah.
So played with Gabby Simpson a few, Rab a few, Paigey a few, April Branley.
Jeez, that's a fair size.
Yeah, we had a pretty good team. Amy Wild, who's no longer not playing at the moment.
Yeah, she was up in Queensland for a while.
She played for Queensland for Yeah, we had a pretty decent.
Yeah.
Nicola Gray, who used to play for a few years.
She had a stint at the Firebirds.
Yeah. So we were really lucky because we had a good age group ourselves, but our age groups either side of us were also good.
Yeah.
So when we crossed over, it didn't matter.
Nice.
So
6 from 6.
6 from 6.
It's impressive effort.
As I said, I haven't won anything since.
This is the year.
I think so. We're due for one. I'm due for one. So
if the Firebirds don't make it, or the Sunshine Coast Lightning don't make it.
Oh, we're going to clean the Firebirds up round 1.
Round 1. You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Sydney Swifts by 200 is what she's telling me.
I don't mind.
Oh, no, 2, sorry.
I don't mind by how many we win as long as we win.
Is it at home or away?
It's home. So
Okay.
29th of April here in the Sydney Olympic Park. So
absolutely. So once this tournament's over, go and see our co-commentator plying her trade. Okay, we've got time out here.
Oh, caution.
Jonathan Jaggs copped a caution. Bit of frustration being shown, I'm sure. And now we're being pedantic. He wasn't standing upright. Had the shoulders shrugged. This is where netball annoys me. So there was no need to take that ball back. So Queensland on a roll. They've got it back to 8. Jonathan Jager firing his team up, copping a caution for whatever he was doing. So just need to connect with their shooters better, which they have. Oh, not confident to take that shot from pretty close range.
No, I was going to say it was a great ball.
Yep, absolutely. Now they're struggling to get it in, see?
Unlucky.
Yep.
That was much better. Quick ball speed.
Nothing
will beat quick ball speed. I don't care how good you are. I don't care who you are as a defensive team or unit. The ball's moving quickly.
Well, this is the closest Queensland have been for a while. The margin is 7, so this is a chance to make it 6. We're inside the last minute of the second quarter, so we're approaching half-time rapidly. And now we've got an obstruction, 2 out.
Walking the ball in.
Absolutely. Hamilton with the shot and misses a 0-footer. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, they're the ones they need to convert because they're not going to get any rebounds in there. There's too many.
They're on a 4-goal run there. And pressure by Georgia Elliott creates a turnover again, so they might get one more shot. So
Georgia Elliott's doing a really good job down in the defence, and she's contesting ball, which is putting pressure on.
yeah,
She's the only one doing it at the moment. They need the rest of the unit to step up and start doing it too.
There's a payback from Rawlings there onto Jager. No warning from the umpire. And again, that's...
Here we go.
Yep. Yeah, it had to happen. These guys have been going at it hard. So Kobe Hamilton, ooh, not sure what he's doing there, but he needs this. He absolutely needs it. 1 for his confidence and 2 for the team. And he gets it. So the margin is 6. Queensland fighting back. It was 11. They cut it back to 6. This is the spirit the Maroons are known for. You see this a lot around State of Origin time, Abby. So.
Yeah, well, they've definitely got more spirit than our Blues at the moment. So hopefully
11 out of 12, 10 out of 11. I don't know, something like that. Just,
hey, look.
You win so many, you lose track. So.
Yeah, well, my boyfriend, who is born and bred in New South Wales, is a Queensland supporter, so...
We'll take him. So. Okay, well, time's up. Shot only.
Oh.
And not even close there by Hannah Irving. So, and a spirited fight back from the Queenslanders. The margin is 6, 22-16, and we've got a ball game on our hands now. Abby McCulloch.
Yeah, we definitely do. I think those changes that Queensland made, they took a while to settle in, but once they did, they obviously clawed this game back into contention for themselves. So,
would you make any further changes now? Would you go back to your original shooting combos?
No, I think they need to settle in a bit more and play this game out where they are at the moment and see what happens.
Absolutely. Millen from WA, the shooter, they went a bit cold in that game. Like they didn't get in that quarter. Sorry, didn't get as much ball.
No, definitely not. Not if you compare it to the first quarter. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
When he's free and available, they find him really easily. But when they tighten up the defence, he's hard to find because he's not that tall.
So on the back of an 11-8 quarter to Queensland, we have a margin of just 6. We're going to take a commercial break and see what happens in the second half. Join us then.
passion, dedication, fun and fitness. What do all these things have in common? These are all the qualities of Game Clothing and our brand ambassadors, professional athletes Laura Langman and Stephanie Wood. Stay up to date with all the latest ambassador and product news at gameclothing.com.au.
Welcome back to the 34th Annual Men's and Mixed Netball Championships, coming to you live from the Sydney Olympic Park at the Janea Centre. My name's Dave Mills for AMNA Live TV. I'm joined in commentary by Swift's legend. Are you at that status yet? Abby McCulloch, and captain for the 2018 season and beyond. We started with a scrappy match. We're in a 4 versus 5 semi-final. Winner goes on, losers out, and we're in the reserve mixed division. Queensland, who won last night by 28 against WA. Today are down by 6. Abby McCulloch, thoughts on this first half?
It was all WA in that first half till about the last 5 minutes leading into half-time, and Queensland sort of started to crawl their way back into this after being down by 11. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. I think they'll keep their changes that they made at quarter time as they are and let this team that's out there now just continue to play on, because, as I said, they're doing a lot better.
As we look over, the Queenslanders are in a pretty tight huddle. I can't see any changes. We haven't been given any notification from score sheets or anything, so we'd have to say the changes are going to stay, what they did at quarter time. WA the same. There's no changes there from what we can tell. So, well, they may have changed shooters.
Yeah, it looks like they've made a change in the goal attack
Hannah
position.
Irving might be off. I think she is off. I'll just put my glasses on so I can see.
That'll help.
No, it didn't. So, I don't know why you guys don't get bigger names on the back of your shirts. so for people like myself, we'll be notified shortly of that change. Queensland, as we said, they really need to start this quarter well. If they can get this margin back to even, the demons of last night have surely got to play on WA's mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you'll find that starting to play on their mind already. They had an 11-goal lead, and it's back to 6 now. So
absolutely, seems to be a few changes there for WA. Looks like we've got a new keeper on. So, but as we say, we haven't been notified of the changes.
New wing defender.
Holmes has gone to WD. Centre stays the same. Both centres from Queensland and WA are on cautions after a little bit of argy-bargy.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Don't mind a bit of argy-bargy?
Yeah, I like it.
A bit of passion. You're playing for your state. You've been training for 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to keep it in the can. Queensland with the first centre. They really need this. Fairly long shot here by Monique. Passes off to Kobe Hamilton. Makes no mistake. Queensland are on a roll. They're
really good
5 straight, and they make the margin 5. Wasn't that long ago, WA, we were saying we're leading by 11. It was almost done.
It was.
In fact, I think I said it was done, and you said, Dave, no, 10 goals is nothing.
10 goals is nothing.
In our sport, that's a quick flick of the fingers.
Nice
shot there. WA, they answer with a goal. Margin back to 6. We've played with not even one.
Yeah, there's still a long way till full time. So
absolutely,
it's really important that WA don't go conservative and start just playing percentage netball. They need to continue to actually attack and go for goal.
Absolutely. So WA have made a change at goal attack. They brought on Lauren Anderson and Hannah Irving, who had a fairly quiet game, but was supporting, I thought, Millen quite well, has been taken to the bench. And at WD, they brought on the new WD, as we predicted, which is, of course, Miss Holmes, Claudia Holmes. So turnover to Queensland gives WA a chance to get their margin back to 7. And we've got the softest of contacts there.
Yeah.
I think their hair must have touched. Missed shot there.
It's a great rebound.
Contact. I'm thinking this is the scoring end, because there seems to be a lot more whistle at this end than Stewart's end. Your thoughts? Don't want to comment?
Oh, look, I think they're always generally, not always, but generally there will be a scoring end, and you've got to be able to adjust to what the umpires are calling, and if you can't do that, then obviously the other team's going to score a lot more goals. So it'll be interesting to see if they have adjusted or will adjust now that they've both had a go down each end. That was a good ball.
Nice play. Millen seems a bit more active now. He we lost him there for a little bit in the second quarter, but the first quarter was brilliant. Third quarter he started brilliantly.
Taking a breather, I think.
So, clash of bodies, and he's.
They're up and about, the WA team, aren't they? Look at that. If you could see their bench, they are loud
and proud
and cheering and proud.
Not so much on that one after that bad pass. So.
No, it wasn't a great pass.
Yep, take it back. Nice work. Here goes Queensland. Timing is all out there. I think for me, Elliott's going to have to just continue to work and get as many balls as she can. And now Christensen's given away an off-the-ball attacking foul. Yes, I think Queensland need to make a change desperately. Chris Newman, I reckon, needs to do something now because this game's got a chance of drifting way back to 10 or 11.
Beautiful.
Oh, Rawlings, who's on a warning.
Yeah, already on
caution.
a caution.
So there's nothing in the circle for him.
No, I think the two circle defenders have done a really good job today.
I know Wise was a little bit scrappy in the first half, but I would get him back out there. Just even the height.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He brings a lot more height. And it's okay to have a shorter shooter, but they need to be on the move a bit more. I think we're too stagnant.
Yeah.
Especially against the tall keeper.
And they're playing like big people, but they're not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Makes them pay. The margin is 8. Queensland down by 8, 18 to 26. If you're sitting in the West, you're looking good at present to continue on in this tournament. Queenslanders, you might be going home early. Check your flights. So.
I think they'll enjoy the next few days. Whoever ends up losing this game, they'll cheer on the rest of the teams from their state and enjoy a weekend in Sydney.
Absolutely. Have you ever had anything to do with the men's and mixed national titles before? Have you seen it before?
I haven't
watched it last year on the live stream with Sue Gordian.
Oh,
Didn't miss
Gold
a game.
Coast?
Didn't miss a game.
They played here a few years ago, didn't they?
We did.
Yeah, so I remember seeing it around the traps back then.
Yeah, Queensland won, I'm just saying, the
Did
open
they?
men's, yeah. Brilliantly coached, apparently, I'm just what I heard.
Oh, who was the coach?
Oh, some dude. Really good looking dude. So.
Does he happen to be sitting next to me right now?
To your right, yes, yes. Don't know if that guy can coach. Yeah, that was an amazing year for us. That was our back-to-back year. Couldn't do the three-peat, unfortunately, the next year. Lost in Victoria in probably the biggest crowd we've played in front of. It was about 2,500 people. And the noise was unbelievable. So we led by 7 early, ended up losing by 6. So just couldn't get the job done. Peaked 1 game early. We played in a brilliant preliminary final and then couldn't deliver 60 minutes in the grand final, unfortunately.
The one that matters.
Yeah.
You can be brilliant all week, can't you? But you've got to perform for the one that matters.
I'm probably being a bit harsh there. The guys didn't play badly, but Victoria just
just better.
Yeah, out-enthused us, out-coached us, and out-played us.
Home court.
Absolutely. The
That
crowd
probably
was
helps a lot.
amazing. It was, unfortunately, we weren't doing live streaming those days. It would have been a great advertisement for the game. So again, Queensland with the turnover when they had a chance to make it 5. WA bringing the ball out. There's just not enough defensive pressure there. Jager needs to get into Rawlings a little bit more and see if he can get him sent off because he seems to be a bit of a hothead. Hello, Sandra Rawlings back in WA. Nice control there. Oh, see, I think she just fell into her. That's an unfortunate call, isn't it?
I would say that was a bit of a landing space call that I think they just tripped over each other's feet, to be honest.
Okay, Millen makes them pay. Every time Queensland have a chance to bring it to 5, they turn it over. WA looking for the drive from the back. They come from behind drill, as we call it in Queensland.
Oh.
Poor hands by Anderson.
Yeah, should have pulled that one in.
Absolutely, it was a great pass. So Queensland not playing with much urgency there. I thought they'd chase that ball down, get the ball going. Elliott trying to get them going. The keeper needs to re-off and be the next drive, and he's not. So just standing after he's delivered.
See, I think they needed to pick up any penalties that Queensland get. They need to play on with them quickly. They don't have time on their side.
And they're letting the WA defence set.
Absolutely.
So,
they're taking too long.
Kobe, the shoulder charge, can't get the shot.
That's a good rebound.
Missed a lot of easy ones, but he got the boards. And drew the foul. Needs this. Yep, let's go over there. That's it, perfect. Gets the goal. Crept in. The man with the eagle tattoo on his arm gets the goal. So the margin is now 6. Queensland, 4th chance to get it to 5. And 4th time they've turned it over.
I was going to say, I think they'll do it this time.
Oh, lucky you didn't.
I know.
Sheer frustration on the coast of Chris Newman, first-time coach at this league. Oh, the Academy Award goes to... That was magnificent. If any other state did that, I'd be up in arms.
Yeah, it was a bit much, but...
Absolutely.
Look, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Like ball tampering. So
Oh, that's a bit much. I won't condone that.
had some sandpaper lying around here. Anywho, this is their 5th go up, making it 5. The shooter's now out of the circle. Christensen with the ball. She's blown a hip by the looks of it. No. Probably needs to get on the floor. Oh, shoving. Oh, I'm loving the shoving.
There's
the
lots
look.
of
Look
shoving.
at the look.
I think they're getting very frustrated out there.
The look. That's attempt number 5 to make it 5.
And that's the thing, you can't get too frustrated because you're going to make a silly mistake like that. You've got to keep yourself nice and calm.
Millman makes them pay. Margin back to 7, WA centre next. Queensland really only have themselves to blame at present. So, had 5 goes again to 5. The defence is getting the turnovers. Offence throwing it away.
That's beautiful. Held the ball up, allowed her to run into the space.
Anderson missed the shot. Hasn't overperformed since she's come on, Anderson.
No, I think she's finding good space, but she's dropping some sitters, not putting the ball through the hoop.
Jager drops one, pulls it back. Kobe, that's a great take. Probably the take of the match for
Scoop
him.
that in, yeah.
So, another missed shot from De Bruce, and she's out. So, another turnover for the Queenslanders. There might be a rookie coach there, Newman, but he needs to definitely make a change in the shooting circle. So.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on the face of the Queenslanders. Don't think they're happy with their performance so far at all.
5 to play in this one, 3rd quarter,
Good
and
take.
the margin is 7, could be 8 now.
Settle down. We're getting the settle down call from the attacking end to the WA defenders. Just calm down.
Calm the farm.
Calm the farm. They're doing a good job, so they don't want to get caught up in the frustration of the WA team.
Oh.
That was lucky, I think.
Absolutely.
I think that definitely
Just
came off Queensland.
brushed him, yeah.
Yeah. Good
Well,
contact.
Stewie does live in Queensland now, God bless him. So,
He does, I remember.
he's moved.
Remember the big...
On the Gold Coast, actually. So
Lucky him.
might
Wouldn't
see him at
mind
our
living up
sports
there.
centre soon. So, if I had my way. So, nice drive. Kobe now playing like a wing, but needs to be a target in the shooting circle. So, okay, again, the Queensland bench is warming up. Cameron Lee's warming up. Angela Brose and Joel Wise are standing there. They're the original shooters. So maybe they're doing the inner warm-up.
Maybe they're
the
just calming themselves, yeah.
Margin back to 6.
Great ball.
Now 5.
And that's the difference at the moment. I think the WA defensive line have a lot more connection with one another. They're helping each other out and working together as a unit.
Yeah.
Queensland seem to be
Hit one out.
Very one out.
Like Georgia Elliott's really the mainstay in the defence at the moment.
Absolutely, and she's done a really good job.
Yeah, but she seems to have
But
dropped
there's
off.
only so much you can do.
You can only get 400 intercepts a match.
That's right.
And she's got a fair
She's
chunk.
nearly at her quota.
Yeah.
That's the second offensive contact we've had from
Christensen.
Yeah. She needs to tidy that up.
WA don't make them pay on this occasion, so the margin's still 7. 3:41 to play. Another thrown away ball. Oh, Monique.
Yeah.
Oh. Tim, the producer, magnificent effort there. Dived across the monitor. Saved all of our really expensive equipment. Brought to you by B Live, the best in the live streaming business. So, yeah, they just can't find the shooters. They have to make a change. So, Wise's nerves should have settled down, so he should be pulling the ball in a little bit more. Brose was working hard in there, but didn't have much support.
No.
So this is where they're losing in the shooting circle right now.
Yeah, I think they're picking off enough ball in their defensive line.
There's another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this will be their 4th go at getting the margin back to 6, on top of the 5 goes they had to make it 5 just before. So that's 9 turnovers in a short period of time. So very quiet in the centre all of a sudden. Monique DeRue's going to have a chance here to make the margin just 6, which is only 3 turnovers.
No, that's right. And like we've said plenty of times already, the game can turn in the blink of an eye. It's just a matter of being in the game still, and I'm just not sure that we're still in the game here.
Back in the Queensland.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. So,
Look, I've got no affiliation with any team. I'll cheer for both.
so, netball's a winner today.
Absolutely, always.
Wise words from Abby McCulloch, Sydney Swiss captain, the eternal diplomat. So, the West are going off. Georgia Elliott taking on bigger man.
God,
he dived on the ball. Umpire let it go. Elliott with the rebound. Away we go.
Another turnover by Elliott.
She is having some match. If Queensland get up, would have to be man of the match. I want to stab myself in the eye at the moment. A step there for Queensland. So another turnover. It's a bit of a scrap fest at the moment. 1:42 to play. Queensland only down by 7. They really should be down by 70. But they've just hung in there. If they could just get their offensive end together,
and that's
they could steal this.
They're hanging in there, so they've got no options.
Great drive by Christensen. Saw the opportunities.
That's a really good choice.
So, but now they're standing again. Needs to get the ball, and she's on the no, not quite on the floor.
Saved herself.
So, we've got another caution.
She liked it too.
Holmesy. Some booing, some cheering. A passion of men's and mixed netball. Obstruction. Queensland need this.
They need this
really need this goal. This is their 5th go at making this margin. It's at just 6. And they get it. It's the hard road. We've got a margin of 6. WA Centre inside a minute, 47 to play. Oh.
Unlucky. I think it's just because he came from behind. He needed to cut front on that and take that ball cleanly.
And now we've advanced it in the circle. Smart play.
Oh no, we've got
offensive foul. 2-on-1 offensive foul. The make-up call, perhaps.
Potentially. I'm a big believer that they do occur. Everyone makes mistakes.
Called the time. We're inside 30 seconds. Queensland, if they steal a goal here, the margin's 5. That would be a sensational effort.
Absolutely, considering how scrappy they've been.
Absolutely. We're currently on a 7-all game for this 3rd quarter. That's a very poor pass.
Just not in the correct space, wrong side of the body. They'll be wanting to score a quick one here, WA.
Christensen
they need to
gave
go
away
quickly.
The foul. Smart move by her. We call time.
They're wasting time. They've
Absolutely.
Got to go.
The timekeeper is nearly on her feet.
Good ball.
Foul on the outside. Brilliant call. No, that's not the call.
Nah.
Anderson, don't foul here. It's important they don't foul. Millen scores. The umpire and timekeeper are up.
They're going to have to go long.
Oh, Queensland, that's like a turnover.
Yeah, it's tough because they don't actually have a clock telling them how long they've got to go, so that information needs to be coming from the bench.
Absolutely, and a monumental mistake by the organisers of this tournament not to have the clocks working. And I know all of them, and they'll hate me for saying that, but I cannot believe we're at a national titles, and I cannot believe we're not using a clock when there's a clock right there that seems to be working quite well for me.
The scoreboard's working.
Absolutely. So
I would hate that as a player, not knowing how long
as do most of the players here, but we seem to have not considered their
I like to know.
Feelings. Anyway, I've had my rant. We've come to the 3-quarter time in this 4 versus 5 mixed and open mixed reserves division. The loser is out. The winner goes on the semi-finals. With the scoreline is currently 30-23 in favour of the WA side, who have turned around a 28-goal loss from last night. Abby McCulloch, thoughts thus far?
I just think Queensland are really shooting themselves in the foot, to be honest. I think they are getting the ball back in their defensive line, but unfortunately their mid-court through to their shooters, they're not connecting very well, and therefore they're not getting the ball into the shoots, and they're not being able to get the ball through the hoop, and that's really what's letting them down.
Absolutely. Have to make a change in the circle, yeah?
Yeah, I think they need to make another one, which is hard because I think they've gone through all their shooters already.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Okay, well, we'll find out in about a minute from now. We're going to an ad break, and we will come back with the last quarter of this exciting match. welcome back to the 34th Annual Men's and Mixed Netball Championships, coming to you live from the Janea Centre in Brisbane, Queensland, in Diabolicals in this mixed reserves game, 4v5. Winner goes on, loser on the Pepsis tonight. Down by 7, 30-23. I'm joined in commentary by Abby McCulloch for Amna Live TV. Abby, thoughts on the first 3 quarters, or what do you see going forward?
I just think WA have been a lot more clinical in what they're doing out on court, and I think they learn a lot from their 28-goal loss to Queensland just yesterday afternoon. So they've come out and they've executed what they've been asked to execute, and we can see that on the scoreboard. Absolutely.
We called for a change at 3/4 time. We said the Queensland circle had to change.
It hasn't.
Surprise, surprise, no changes. Probably the inexperience there by the coach. He's a first-time coach, but definitely need to change that circle. Change the centre, which I thought Jager was, after the initial, threw a few AFU balls, had settled quite well. Cameron Lee, the vertically challenged man of Queensland netball, is back on the court. So it's all to do for the Queenslanders. If they don't get this 7-goal margin back to a victory, they will be finished for the tournament. It's only Thursday, but they'll be done. And WA will go on to a Final Four format. So WA get the first goal.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what they were thinking with that setup in the circle. Having the shorter defender defending big, tall goal shoot. I think they just need to be a little bit smarter. That's a great ball.
Quite a risk the ball though, and an absolute air ball. This is why we were calling for the change. The shooters haven't shot well. Like they've
and the thing is that there's been 4 shooters out there, and all 4 of them have shot not, I'm guessing, to their abilities today. So
you wanted to say the word poorly?
Yeah, but shooting it's a hard position, and I'm glad I'm not a shooter. So.
Oh, please. It's the only thing you can practice by yourself. So.
Yeah, but it's that extra practice you got to do.
Yeah, but don't do the job if you can't do the work.
That's why I don't do it.
Comments there from the superstar of Sydney Netball.
I got too many other things to worry about at wing defence.
What is the Abby McCulloch story? Do you work full-time? Are you a student full-time? Obviously, you're a full-time professional athlete now.
I am, and I'm really lucky. This is the first year, or second year. I didn't work last year either. It's the second year I actually haven't worked a full-time job. While that was an interesting call.
Absolutely.
I think
definitely came off WA last.
Definitely came off WA last.
Right in front of the umpire too. So, but anyway.
But yeah, so this will be the second year I haven't worked full-time while training, so I'm a professional full-time athlete at the moment, which is quite a nice thing to say. What was that, a contact?
Yes, it was. Georgia Elliott can't take a trick at present.
Yeah,
Queensland can't take a trick.
She's definitely been one of Queensland's better players today.
If Queensland were to win, you'd have to say she's man of the match, but unfortunately they're probably not going to win. So margin will be 10 shortly.
No, so I think if you had to pick one from WA at the moment, it'd be one of their bookends. Yeah.
Millen, has been quite good.
Yeah, he's been very good. Faded out in that second, but he's definitely their go-to.
Look at that. That was a centre pass by Queensland, and only one player came into the middle third, and that was the wing defender.
It's a good take.
Use the post. The WA crowd goes up. Margin back to 9. We got 12:23 to do. All to do for Queensland. Down by 9, 33-24. So you like the life of a professional athlete?
I do. It's very different. So I was really lucky. I managed to get all my university done before I got picked up. So
cool.
I got a business degree. I've also got a master's in teaching. So
stop it.
I was teaching because it was the only job that really fit in around training.
Great take there by Rawlings, sitting on a warning and somehow pulled it out with the going offside.
Yeah, he tiptoed around the circle edge there. So
you go back to teaching when you conclude your career?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll use my business degree once
cool.
I finish. I've enjoyed teaching, but
that phase of your life is over.
Yeah, I think so. It was the right option for me, and I was good at it, and it fit in around training nicely as well. So hopefully I'll be a professional netballer for a few years to come, and then.
You're already young. You've got a decade left in you.
Oh, I don't think so.
It's starting to get ugly for Queensland.
That's a 10.
Margin's 11.
11.
Yeah, they've just ticked over the 11. If they score here, you'd almost say it's done.
Yeah,
but again.
I think with just over 10 minutes to go, I think this is one's nearly all over.
Got to throw the dice out there. You've got to make a change. Like, only a fool does the same thing, expects a different result. Fair call?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Thank you very much. You can come back. Speaking of coming back, we believe you're coming back for one of our grand finals, which is very exciting for us.
Hopefully so on the Saturday after we finish up training. So we're actually playing a game against our A&L team that morning, and I'll be popping down to the court for the grand final straight after that. Another
drop ball in the circle. Needs to make a change. I can't stress that enough. Hopefully he's watching this game on his phone and can hear me saying make a change. But,
I don't think so. I just don't think the Queensland team were expecting this. As we've said a couple of times, they run away with a 28-goal win against this exact team yesterday, and they were not expecting them to come out here and actually fight for it.
Yeah, 15 hours later, they're getting done by 13 now, so it's
big
a
turnaround.
41-goal swing.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing effort. So
they're just playing with absolute confidence.
Indeed they are. Millen, another great shot. Maybe Millen just likes being on TV, so that's why
maybe he wants to play on. They'll be in the grand final then at that rate.
Yes, we are broadcasting as many of the semis as we can. We have more semis than we do time slots, so we won't be doing all of them. But just check our Facebook page for scheduling. And of course, you can watch all the games back whenever you like, Abby. You're sitting at home, you've got nothing to do. Get on the amna.com.au. Click on the live streaming tab. You can critique our commentary. You can write some comments.
Just as long as, because I know Paige Hadley's coming down a little bit later to do some commentary as well, just as long as everyone's got glowing reviews of me in comparison to Paige.
Paige is coming tonight. She's got a couple of games on. We've got a double header tonight. We've got 2 men's games simultaneously. We're going. It'll be one game is SAWA. The winner of that makes the finals. The loser is out. And then we've got 1v2, Queensland versus New South Wales. The 2 big men of netball, Junior Levy, Patrick Pillier, both 7-footers. Both incredible athletes. Hopefully they go head-to-head again. They've matched up on each other in the first round. We're hoping they do it again. There should be some compelling viewing. Stuff the Commonwealth Games. Get on that. Watch it on Facebook as well. So it's
early
all
rounds at the Commonwealth Games. We're at the business end here.
Swimming, you know. Who likes swimming, really?
Hey, in saying that,
summer's over.
the cycling's on, track cycling. My sister's up there riding. So
your sister is in the Australian team?
Yeah, get up there and watch. Well, get on TV and watch Carly McCulloch, and she's competing for the first 4 days.
There you go. Well, I'm actually going to the cycling on Sunday.
Perfect.
I'll be cheering Carly McCulloch on.
I think she'll be riding in the Kieran on Sunday. So
we'll be dropping your name so I get an seat upgrade.
You won't. My parents couldn't even get tickets. So.
Yeah, I'm a very influential person.
So
Carls, how you doing?
Yeah, so
Carly
team
Mac.
sprint today.
Carly Mac, is that what we call her?
Oh, you can call it whatever
Carly
you like.
Mac, excellent.
Team sprint today.
Yep.
Sprint tomorrow. 500-metre time trial on Saturday, and then the Kieran on Sunday.
Your sister would have to be a chance of several medals because the Australian team do extremely well in cycling.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's really only Great Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent. Well, that should be sensational.
She's defending champion as well. Don't ask me what one of those events I just named, though. So.
Well, that's a sensational effort. Obviously, everyone in the McCulloch family can play. So.
Oh, well. I don't think she can catch real well, so she wouldn't take to a netball court well, but she rides the bike pretty well.
There you go. We digress a little bit because the margin's starting to blow out here. The margin is 13 to the west. I think the game's done and dusted, and still no change to the Queensland side. They've resigned themselves to the fact they feel that this one's done.
I think so.
So we have 7.5 to go, and now they're fighting over the ball, which is not ideal. So I've done 2 games of this division with Queensland teams in it, and both times they've been quite poor. So next year you won't see Queensland on the telly. So Monique, she has not shot well, but drains that one. It's always easy to shoot when you're 13 down. So,
yeah, especially when there's only 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I hate to say that because it sounds like I'm being critical, but it's a reality of this game that we've seen. Talicio. Another poor pass. Cameron Lee used his speed to run that down. Rawlings, again, sitting on a warning. Obstruction. So we're currently, it's a 9-4 quarter to WA, and that's really been the difference. Queensland just came out of that third quarter flat.
I think WA are going to be very happy with themselves after this win.
Do you think they've played the grand final? Can they go on with this?
Oh, look.
You've seen the style of their play.
And the thing is, and that's the worry that I'm sure that they potentially will have, because you don't want to peak too early in a tournament like this because there's only one game that really does matter. You've got to get there, obviously, but that's the one you want to win.
So, Abby, part of your duties, you may not have read your contract clearly, but you do have to name a man of the match.
I do.
And, we're going to have a chat out there with the man of the match. Got a thought on who you're going to give it to?
Well, it's hard because generally this whole WA team has stayed on and played a full match, but I think it's definitely going to be one of the bookends. I'm leaning more towards Millen at the moment. I think.
Adam Millen?
Yeah, I think he's been a really strong option for them back there.
Ooh.
He's put up most of their shots. He's...
Flash her bodies, Monique, not happy. Now she's getting engaged with the crowd. Don't ever do that. No good can come of that. So, ask Dave Warner. Jeez, I'm throwing these out here, Abby, and you're not biting. So you probably know some of these people. I don't know them at all. So next you'll be telling me your boyfriend's Cam Bancroft or something.
Oh, no, definitely not. No, I just don't think I'll comment on anything to do with the Australian cricket team at the moment. I don't think they made the right decision.
I think the whole world knows they didn't make the right decision.
Yeah, but I also think
those penalties were harsh.
They were harsh penalties, especially when you consider what some other sportsmen do in their particular sports and get away with.
I think we all thought they'd cop a fine and a couple of games, but 12 months and, you know, their IPL contracts have been ripped up, their sponsorship's been ripped up. They're losing, like, literally millions of dollars.
Yeah, they were always going to lose sponsors, I think, because that's, at the end of the day, that's the sponsor's decision, and they don't want to be seen to endorse people that are doing stuff like that, but...
Yeah, it's interesting to get another elite athlete's perspective on that. So.
Yeah, I, as a leader myself, I just don't think I could ever make a decision like that, especially us, a young player in my team, to
Can you cheat in
netball
netball though? Like, could you
not like that.
Polish the floor maybe, or lower the hoop?
No, I don't think you can.
Just knock it down to 8 feet so you can slam it in. So.
I think our shooters in the SN Centre are pretty nearly tall enough to.
You happy enough with these shooters? That's good work.
They can probably get it in.
Absolutely.
At this height, we don't need to make it any easier for them.
So WA starting to play with the ball a bit. There's still 3:37 to play. Christensen's on the floor again, but gets the call this time. So I think there's only 1 square inch over here she hasn't been on. So the rest of the time she's been on the floor. So Talicio, she's tried quite hard, Kate Talicio. We know her more as a goal attack, but she's played wing defence in this.
Really?
Yeah, she's played wing defence. Maybe that was an option to throw her up there because the shooting end has not worked for Queensland. So
I know you mentioned that Queensland had a few injuries, so maybe they literally didn't have anyone else they could put in there.
Possibly. So
I think she's done a good job. I don't think people realise, and I know I'm a wing defence myself, but wing defence is a very difficult position to play, especially if you do not play it constantly. I was a goal defence predominantly growing up, and
great take.
It took me a very long time to make that transition over, and I've heard the same from a lot of other wing defenders. It's a very difficult position to play.
I cop a lot of criticism for this, but I believe wing defence is the most important spot on the team.
So do I.
I thought you would, but I actually believe it because, like, if you've got a great wing defence, then the whole defensive unit works well.
Yeah.
And you're shutting down the wing attack. Most of the offence goes through the wing attack.
So that's right. That's my opinion on the matter as well. Whereas when you're younger, wing defence is where you put
if
your
you
weakest
got 6,
player, or you
drop
get
the
rid
wing
of
defence.
someone.
I know, it's crazy. So
poor wing defenders,
I
we get a hard
it's
rap, don't
discrimination, really, isn't it?
It's a bloody hard position to play because you don't get much glory either.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you're doing a lot of hard work, and it's the people behind you that get the intercept, which is fine as long as someone gets it.
Exactly. You know, if you're putting the hands over and doing the hard work out there, you will create more behind you what you actually get. So
absolutely.
So we're digressing again because the margin's 10. Queensland are trying hard but making very little headway into this lead.
That's a great ball.
Cameron Lee steps on beautifully, throws his best pass of the match at the 58th minute. So unfortunately, it's probably too little too late, Abby.
Yeah, and I think this whole game was set up from that first quarter when WA came out to play, and I think Queensland thought they were going to be able to coast through this one after their 28 win yesterday. And
well, the margin was 8, and the margin's only 10 now. So it's not like WA have run away with it. So
no, I think WA have sort of
taking the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're making a few more crass decisions. Just
crass.
Did you like that? I was going to say silly, but
that is spectacular. That'll get you back for another game. So we've got a contact. Oh, the crowd doesn't like it. The crowd will erupt here because we have seem to have attracted quite a few
Well,
Western
I'll tell you
Australians.
what I have noticed is that the crowd really gets into every single game here. We've been trying to train up on those courts up there. You can't do anything. It's too
You
loud.
might as well just come down and watch.
Yeah,
so,
it's
sign
just
some
way too
autographs. So,
We're not the stars this week. These guys are.
Abby McCulloch. Clearly, haven't you seen our Facebook page where we've been promoting you and Paige and of course the Fitz Factor, as we're calling it. So Julie Fitz was here last night.
I know, disappointed that my commentary yesterday didn't get that many viewers.
Daytime.
Yeah.
You know, they're all watching Ellen and Days of Our Lives, but
same.
tonight.
Paige will turn up tonight.
Yeah, she'll probably get 250,000.
I know.
So, we got a ball up. There you go. You want to touch a game ball?
Yes, I'm in the game.
Thrown back there by Abby McCulloch. Kate can say she's received a ball from Abby McCulloch.
It was a terrible pass, but
Not one of your best.
I do throw bad ones every now and then.
Get them out early. We don't want to see that in the season. So
Unless we're playing Queensland, of course.
absolutely not. That's when I want you to be on the bench in that game. So, sit yourself down. Give one of those young kids a run. So do the captain thing. So we're in the last minute. Queensland fighting hard. They've got it back to 9. It's going to be a margin of at least that or 8. They'll be bitterly disappointed. They've worked hard. They've trained for 6 months. I know that for a fact. I've seen it. Chris Newman brought some new ideas in.
I think the crowd is going to erupt when this final buzzer goes.
It is. The umpires are on her feet. There it is. That's time.
They're
That's the
very
biggest
happy
roar
with
this week.
themselves.
Both sides of the court. ACT have jumped on board. So
Oh, Queensland, not a
Queensland are
popular
not
team.
popular. Don't know what they've done. Maybe because they're always on the floor. I don't know. But we joke, but the seriousness of the situation is that Queensland are done. They finished 5th for this tournament. They've been knocked out by the 4th place WA side, and they are now going home, or at least enjoying the last few days. They lost that game by 8, 40-32. Queensland definitely not at their best, Abby McCulloch.
No, and you can see the disappointment all over their faces. And as you said, they've trained for 6 months for this tournament, so I can absolutely empathise with the fact that, or how they're feeling right now. It's not a great feeling to bow out, especially when they've obviously come into this tournament expecting and hoping to win. So it's not a great feeling, but hopefully they'll bottle it up. They'll come back next year and
there is
they
no
won't be in
worse
the same.
feeling in any sport of losing a semi-final. Oh, actually,
Absolutely.
losing by 1 is devastating. Losing by 8, not much better. But, at least you can say the better team won on the day.
The better team definitely won today. They did a very good job, WA, I think.
Absolutely.
They learned a lot from yesterday's game, and
Yeah.
and they executed very well today, so they should be very happy with themselves.
So we're going to go to an ad, and then we're going to do a presentation of the Player of the Match game, Player of the Match trophy, and you're going to pick that in the break.
I am.
And then are you going to do the interview?
Oh,
I think you should.
I can do the
I
interview.
think you should do the interview.
See what I can
Absolutely.
come up with.
Nice work, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm here with Adam Millen, our player of the match, medals to go player of the match for the game today, and it was a big win in the end, especially after yesterday's 28-goal loss to Queensland. What did you do to turn it around?
Yesterday our heads were just down after the New South Wales loss, so we were just, I don't know, it just something wasn't right. So we got together last night, bit of team bonding, made sure everything was great, and come out and smashed it today.
You absolutely did. As I said, it was a 28-goal loss yesterday, and to turn it around and win by 8 today, you must be very happy with that leading into, I guess, your finals now.
Yeah, that's correct. I can't be more than proud. These guys are amazing. We've spent a lot of time training, a lot of time together. We've worked our butts off of this, and finally it's paying off.
Well, congratulations, Adam. You are the player of the match today, and hopefully you go on and do a really good job in the finals. Well done. back to Dave and he'll give you the wrap of the game.
Absolutely, thanks Abby. Man of the match there is Adam Millen. He shot extremely well. He was a big target in there for the WA side. We're wrapping this up here. Unfortunately, it's the end of the road for the Queensland side. Beaten today in the Queensland versus WA mixed reserves knockout game. Queensland 32, WA 40. We've got another match coming up here in 10 minutes time, so stick around, stay on this channel. Later on tonight, we have Paige Hadley covering some of the bigger games. Abby, thanks so much for helping us out. It was great to have you. You are doing a grand final. We won't tell anyone which one. They can look up our Facebook page and keep an eye on that. And thank you very much for your commentary today.
Thank you for having me.
We'd love to have you back again. Thank you very much, and bye for now.